According to Sports Pro, Caitlin Clark is the fourth most marketable athlete in the world. Yeah, not just female athlete, not just in the United States, but in the entire world.
Have you seen Caitlin Clark's recent actions? She did more than just sign a contract. She modified the rules of endorsements for 0:18:18 seconds. Not only is Clark's new 13 billion alliance important, but it's revolutionary. However, at 0:25:25 seconds, Clark makes some noteworthy moves, which is when things start to become really interesting. You won't believe how some WNBA players are reacting to this potentially game-changing arrangement. 0:36:36 seconds as we explore the drama, including A.A. Wilson's response to the addition of women's basketball. Stay tuned.
How? In what way? What does she sell out tens of thousands of Wilson basketballs in 40 minutes? I mean, what has Asia Wilson done to say that she is worth every penny and then?
Wilson and HY have collaborated to produce bright purple and yellow Caitlin Clark basketballs. 1 minute, 21 seconds. The Dreamer and Tribute editions are the perfect gift for fans because they will arrive in time for the holidays. Minute, 9 seconds. Everyone is talking about this creative collaboration and the captivating ads.
Here, they just had this go, and this is the Hy-Vee Instagram account. Again, Wilson, Caitlin Clark, really smart, very cool video, lots of smiling face.
1:2:41 minute, 24 seconds. This $13 billion partnership demonstrates Wilson's talent-spotting skills. Nike, however, made a mistake. 1:3:11 minute, 31 seconds. When Wilson saw Caitlin Clark's potential early on, he took a bold and revolutionary step. The time when Wilson signed Clark is worth revisiting. It was a wise decision.
Clark just did something nobody has done since Michael Jordan. Wilson Sporting Goods signed the WNBA star to a multi-year deal. She's the first female athlete to have her own collection with Wilson, and it will be built similar to Jordan's collection in the 1980s that included those signature baskets.
Wilson's acquisition of Caitlin Clark is a game-changer. 2:0:42 minutes, 4 seconds. By doing something they had only ever done once, with Michael Jordan himself, they took a significant risk. At 2:1:52 minutes and 15 seconds after the agreement was revealed, social media went berserk and everyone was discussing it. Wilson had recently revolutionized women's sports.
Only athlete to have a signature basketball with Wilson other than Michael freaking Jordan. Wilson's head of global partnership said, "We haven't done a deal of this magnitude since we did one with Michael Jordan 30 to 40 years ago."
Following that, Clark's debut basketball game, which lasted 2:3:92 minutes and 39 seconds, was made public. After that, it sold out in a few minutes, which meant that tens of thousands of basketballs were swiftly gone. This is historic. 2:4:82 minutes, 48 seconds. Caitlin Clark is now just the second athlete in history to possess a Wilson basketball, after Michael Jordan. 2:5:12 minutes, 51 seconds.
I don't know that I can name an athlete in recent memory that is sold at this level. And there's the key, folks. Caitlin Clark moves products. Caitlin Clark moves merchandise. And here's what I was talking about too. They mentioned it here. Where in September, Wilson dropped the first Clark-inspired basketball. It sold out in under 40 minutes. Tens of thousands of basketballs snapped up almost instantly.
But Wilson isn't going to stop there. They have ambitious ambitions for Clark to recognize something in her that they haven't before noticed. 3:2:73 minutes, 27 seconds. Her ability to interact with fans and generate revenue, her star power, and her skill on the court. Wilson is betting heavily on Clark at 3:3:63 minutes and 36 seconds. And it's paying off nicely so far.
Shout out to Wilson. I think we all really, really appreciate what Wilson has done. They seem to be the only business, the only entity that has taken Caitlin Clark at face value for what and who she is and the opportunities that can bring. Fully, completely embraced her, been great with their marketing. Product drops. I mean, I don't even know how many different basketballs now, but they've made multiple product drops with, limited quantity, I guess you could say. They're sold out right away. They keep doing.
What does this dramatic change mean for women's sports? The way that companies view female athletes, their marketing tactics to sports fans, and their overall appreciation of women's sports are all evolving. In addition to changing the game on the court for 4:2:14 minutes and 21 seconds, Clark is also changing it in marketing conferences and boardrooms throughout the sports industry.
Apparently all of her basketballs or collabs that she's done
Yeah.
are sold out pretty quick.
This Wilson deal is only the beginning. 4:384 minutes, 38 seconds. Wilson and Clark will have a very passive impact on women's athletics as they prepare to take things to the next level. Are you ready to watch what happens at 4:464 minutes and 46 seconds? Caitlin Clark recently made a big move with a $13 billion alliance. However, here is the twist at 4:534 minutes and 53 seconds. Rather than entering into a personal contract, she persuaded Wilson and Hay, the massive Midwest supermarket chain, to add women's sports.
A collaboration with supermarket chain Hy-Vee. They rake in more than $13 billion annually. Huge company, just in time for the...
Perhaps a chain of supermarkets comes to mind, but this isn't your usual business time. 5:185 minutes, 18 seconds. Caitlin Clark is the center of attention for this retail behemoth. They are not just putting her name on a box of cereal. Either 5:255 minutes, 25 seconds rather, they are creating something entirely unique and intriguing.
What this is Hy-Vee has announced an exclusive, yeah, that's right, an exclusive drop of Caitlin Clark's Dreamer and Tribute Wilson basketballs. Very cool. Big deal. Good job, Wilson. You know, they probably went and put this together. I mean, maybe Hy-Vee contacted Caitlin Clark first, but, you know, this is probably the type of thing.
The exciting part starts at this point. As High launches special limited edition basketballs that last 5:455 minutes and 45 seconds, guess who's back in the mix? Because of their resemblance to Clark, these balls are known as the Tribute Wilson and Clark Dreams basketballs. Wilson and Hay are forming a type of super team off the field at 5:545 minutes and 54 seconds.
And get this, Hy-Vee says it's making a donation to the Caitlin Clark Foundation in honor of her record. $35,690 will be donated. In Clark's basketball career, she's scored 3,569 points to beat the old record.
But what makes this such a big problem? 6 minutes and 24 seconds. It concerns the implications for future marketing of women's sports. This kind of collaboration is groundbreaking and setting a new standard for how big organizations and female athletes work together. Recall that they have supported Caitlin Clark through every step of the way, exhibiting their commitment to her journey from the start. 6:396 minutes, 39 seconds. As you may remember, while she was in Iowa, they made a donation to the Caitlin Clark Foundation.
At number 4, Caitlin Clark, LeBron James at 3, Vinicius Jr., who is a Brazilian soccer star, and number 1 being Simone Biles. As you can see, Caitlin Clark is the only WNBA player in the top 10, and she's actually the only WNBA player in the top 20.
In addition to signing a deal, Clark is helping to create products that tell her story at 7:057 minutes and 5 seconds. According to Wilson, each ball represents a distinct stage of Clark's journey from her time at Iowa to her ascent to WNBA stardom in 7:147 minutes, 14 seconds. It makes sense since building a brand marketing is not as crucial as 7:227 minutes and 22 seconds. According to Sport Pro, she is the 4th most marketable athlete in the world. What does this signify for the future at 7:487 minutes and 48 seconds? Maybe more companies will take similar risks, collaborate more creatively, and increase their investments in women's 7:567 minutes, 56 seconds athletics, and who knows, perhaps the figures won't come as a surprise the next time a female athlete accepts a contract. Rather, we will be waiting for them at 8:038 minutes and 3 seconds. Clark is being supported by Wilson and Hy-Vee, but what about Nike? 8 minutes and 19 seconds. This is where things start to become interesting, even though you would think they would be all over this by now. The fact that Nike signed Clark to a $28 million deal for 8:288 minutes and 28 seconds seems unbelievable, but the sports behemoth never responded, leaving fans to wonder where the shoes, jerseys, and the massive 8:368 minutes and 36 seconds marketing campaign were.
Here's the shoe, folks. Where is it? Paige Becker recently landed her own signature shoe. Crappy shoe, but she got one. And yeah, you're right. Vocal. Of course. Why not? We should be vocal. Absolutely ridiculous.
It's no secret that Clark is popular. Every day that Nike doesn't capitalize on Clark's star power is a day lost in the fast-paced world of sports marketing. Although her jersey sales have soared by 500%, Nike isn't selling, despite the fact that fans are prepared to buy.
Reports Nike wants to prioritize A'ja Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won league MVP for the third time. We have talked about this multiple times on my channel. Is A'ja Wilson currently the best player in the WNBA? Yes. Is Caitlin Clark currently the face of the WNBA? Yes. Do I think if A'ja Wilson dropped a shoe and Caitlin Clark dropped a shoe today at the very same time, that Caitlin Clark would outsell A'ja's shoe by 100 times? Yes, I think that would be the case.
Insiders in the industry are also perplexed. According to their claims, Nike should put Clark's face on billboards, launch shoe lines, and do other things, but instead they appear to have put her on the sidelines. 9:499 minutes. 49 seconds. A recent rumor claims that Nike intends to prioritize A'ja Wilson's shoes over Caitlin Clark's, but from a marketability perspective, it isn't possible. Caitlin Clark is clearly ahead of A'ja Wilson at 9:589 minutes, 58 seconds.
She had the craziest momentum that we have ever seen with any athlete in the history of ever. And the fact that Nike did not capitalize on that, the fact that they are the biggest athletic sportswear brand in the world, and we didn't hear a peep out of them the entire season, it truly makes me wonder, like, if I were Caitlin Clark's management, and again, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I would be truly rethinking the deal that I signed up for.
This is where things get very weird when Nike is in control. Wilson sells out basketballs in only a few minutes, while other companies are introducing exclusive items. Nike acknowledges Clark's value, just like everyone else does. Although Clark is proving that women's sports can bring in a sizable sum of money, it seems like everyone is presently benefiting from this fact, aside from Nike, that is 11:0611 minutes, 6 seconds. What is the problem? Does 11:1311 minutes, 13 seconds represent a huge error on the part of Nike, the biggest name in women's basketball, or do they actually know something we don't? Could you imagine yourself in the Nike boardroom at 11:4511 minutes and 45 seconds? Despite having the most attractive basketball player, they are not making use of her. It would be comparable to keeping a Ferrari in the garage at 11:5411 minutes and 54 seconds. However, the tale is far from over. Additionally, an envious 12:0212 minutes, 2 seconds. A'ja Wilson revealed a 6-year contract extension with Nike, seemingly in response to Caitlin Clark's spectacular new deal. However, the announcement has not been disregarded. Many fans are questioning if this deal can truly compete with Clark's unmatched market strength, and they believe it is driven by jealousy. 12:0912 minutes, 9 seconds. There are 12:4212 minutes and 42 seconds of discussion on social media. Some supporters have referred to Wilson's deal as a fraudulent one. There is disagreement within the WNBA community over the importance of these collaborations in the developing realm of women's basketball, even though others are supporting her for 12:4912 minutes, 49 seconds. I appreciate you seeing my video.